Hey guys, I am Pixel Dan, and today we're going to be checking out the new Masters of the Universe Eternia Minis vehicles. Yeah, man. This was one of the announcements from PowerCon last year that I was pretty excited about, to see that we were going to get tiny recreations of some classic vehicles to fit in with our minis. And the first two have started showing up. Just got mine from my pre-orders. So I've got He-Man with the Ground Ripper? Usually this is the Road Ripper, so I wonder if they've got some sort of trademark issues there. So now they're calling it the Ground Ripper. And then we've got Skeletor with the Roton. You guys may know this by now, but the Roton is one of my all-time favorite Masters of the Universe vehicles. I really love seeing it so much. I feel like it's been getting a lot of love over recent years. And I love the little carded packages that these come inside of, because they do a great job of calling out to the vintage artwork from these vehicle packages. You've got Skeletor riding in the Roton with this great kind of foresty scene over here. You've got He-Man on the Ground Ripper, the Road Ripper, blasting through this volcanic area. It is just so cool. Very bright and vibrant, amazing artwork on these packages. And then when you flip them around to the backside, they just have these cool little action feature callouts showing you how you can place the figures in the vehicles, and they do have rolling features. So we got to open these up. We got to check these out. Let's do that right now. All right, we got these mini vehicles outside of the packaging. Oh my gosh, I'm just totally in love with these, but let's get in and get a closer look at them. So of course, you guys are probably at this point familiar with the Eternia Minis. These are the minifigures that have been re-released recently, but with a lot of new characters, new styles. So you can see the figures are just over 2 inches tall. Of course, they've got this very unique kind of like super deformed look going on, which is really, really fun. So we've had regular versions of He-Man and Skeletor before. The colors do seem to be a bit different on these versions. You can see, for example, He-Man has a bit more of like a gunmetal kind of silver power harness. He's got like a almost like gold color for his bracers and his belt, and the brown even seems a little lighter on the trunks and the boots. Skeletor's colors seem mostly the same, though I do really love this kind of green overspray on the face. There's only just a little bit of yellow here kind of on the snout of Skeletor's skull, but that's really cool. You know, some of the vintage figures had like the green around the edges, so that's definitely what it's trying to mimic. They are very, very fun little minifigures. Of course, they do feature minimal articulation with the heads moving, the arms moving up and down, and you can swivel the waists. They've got tiny little stubby legs and tiny feet, but they balance really well. They stand good. And He-Man does have an accessory because he does come with the Sword of Power, of course. And you can remove it. You can put it in either one of his hands. So very cool little minifigures. But we've seen these guys before. The stars of these sets are absolutely the mini vehicles. So let's take a look at them. We'll start with the Road Ripper. That's what I'm going to continue to call it because that's the original name for this thing. But it is very, very cool looking. So if I bring in the tape measure here, you can see it's about 4 inches long, only stands about 2 inches tall, but does a great job of mimicking the look of the vintage vehicle. It feels really nice. It's lightweight, but it feels really well made. It's a nice solid plastic. It's adorned with lots of stickers for decoration. Otherwise, it's just molded in a bright green plastic, just like the vintage toy. But look at all the cool little stickers there, all the details. You can see we got the little control panel there. And then, the wheels function very well on this. You got the little wheel up in the front. You got the big wheels in the back. Of course, this does not have the ripcord like the vintage one. It would have been really cool if it did, but this one does not. And then you can see there's just one little foot peg on the inside of the vehicle. So He-Man basically just plugs into that and sort of like leans against the back there. But hey, it totally works. And look at this. Now we've got He-Man rolling along on his Road Ripper there, which is super fun. And then we're going to bring in Skeletor's Roton, which I've said many times, This was my favorite vehicle from the vintage toy line. I loved it as a kid. It is really cool getting this miniaturized version of such an iconic vehicle for me. You know, it looks just like the vintage toy. Again, it's all molded in black, but it's adorned with stickers, which is the same way the vintage toy was. It really does a good job of mimicking the look of the eyes and all of the stickers seen along the side, like kind of like that green and yellow grid pattern and all the wires and everything. Just like on the vintage toy, you've got little turret guns on the top that can swivel, and it looks like they are removable, which is something you could do on the vintage. So let's see, should we be able to do this? Yep, look at that. You can actually put those in Skeletor's hands. That's incredible. So it's an option for you if you want to do that. They made it the same kind of peg, so you can pop it right out of the vehicle there. So it does have two little wheels on the bottom, and the blade does spin like this, but it isn't set up to where it spins while you push it, which again is a bit unfortunate. I don't know. I feel like adding the ripcord to the Road Ripper, adding that little automatic rotating blade on Roton when you pushed it, that would have been like a nice little extra bonus. I think it would have been really cool to have those features still intact. But otherwise, I still think these are really fun. Same thing, you got one foot peg in there, so you can stand Skeletor inside. He looks gigantic, kind of sticking out of it, but it is super fun. And let's go ahead and do this. It's comparison time. So I wanted to put this new Road Ripper alongside the vintage Road Ripper to give you a look at them side by side. You can see the similarities. You can see the size differences between them. And of course, we're going to do the exact same thing for the Roton alongside that vintage toy that I loved so much as a kid. You can see them looking very similar to one another, but of course, those size differences. So there you go, my friends. These are the new vehicle packs for the Eternia Minis line. They are a lot of fun. If you're collecting the minis, I think you will really get a kick out of these. Everything about them is really great. My only minor nitpick is the lack of the action features, but that's minor. I don't mind that much. I think the packaging is even great with the awesome artwork, paying homage to the vintage toys. So definitely worth picking up and checking out if you are into the minifigures. I grabbed mine from Big Bad Toy Store, so I'll definitely link to that in the video description. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and until next time.
The Toys of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe is available for pre-order now. This official guidebook is published by Dark Horse Books and features over 750 pages of photos and information on your favorite He-Man and She-Ra action figures. And don't miss out on the exclusive bundle pack available for pre-order now from PowerCon. This bundle includes the official guide as well as an exclusive character guide supplement that you won't be able to buy anywhere else. Don't miss out. You have the power.